It's safe to say that the newest GTA 5 Online update is quite controversial, with some calling it one of the worst GTA Online updates ever released. So it got me thinking, what exactly makes a good update? Is it the cars? Is it the business that the update usually releases with? Is it the overall content? Well, today we will be discussing this very topic, and also be taking a look at the past to go over some examples that did everything perfectly. But could these updates even be replicated again? At least in terms of overall popularity, since GTA Online's player count has surely dropped since then. Well, we will find out today, so let's get into it. To answer these questions, let's take a look at some generally agreed upon good updates in GTA Online. The original Heist update added 5 different heists, each with their own storyline that when combined with the others made up a bigger story, ending with us taking down the Pacific Standard Bank. It brought back characters like Trevor and Ron from story mode and introduced solid new characters like Agent 14 and Avi Schwartzman. Both of these characters would go on to make future appearances in GTA Online in Gunrunning and the Diamond Casino heist respectively. The original Heist update also added very solid cars, with the Insurgent being one of the best free mode land vehicles for a very long time due to its insane rocket resistance and decent speed. The Hydra was also the best all-round dogfighter in GTA Online due to it being easy to pick up and it having VTOL mode as well, which gave it higher maneuverability than other jets. The heists also were one of the better ways to make money in GTA Online for a very long time. If you had a solid friend group who learned how to do the heists effectively in a timely manner, overall from the cars to the heists themselves to the characters introduced in the update, the Heist update was probably the best overall update to ever be released in GTA Online in my opinion. It also added something that was rumored to be in the game since day one, which was robbing banks. It was actually showcased in the first GTA Online trailer, but never came to fruition until this update. But is it possible for an update to have one or the other? Maybe it has amazing cars, but the overall replayability element to it is not very good. Well, luckily for us, we have an example of this exact thing in the form of the Los Santos Tuners update. It added many cars that the car enthusiast community have wanted for a very long time. It added the Mark V Toyota Supra, the FD Mazda RX-7, and it added the BMW M2, which came in the form of the Cypher, to name a few. But every car in this update was well received and most of these cars are still being driven today. But the business side of things in this update was not so special. Basically, this update added mini heists that, while not taking very long to complete, also with the ability to be done solo, were not very good. Now don't get me wrong, this business is great for new players as it basically has just a one-time cost for decent money early on in the game. And Rockstar frequently puts these missions on double and even triple money in some cases, making this a fantastic business when those bonuses are applied. But overall, the cars were remembered better than the business itself. That being said, the update overall was well received and appealed to a niche of players that really wanted this update for a very long time, showing that Rockstar does occasionally listen to the community. So it can be done. An update with a mediocre business can still be good and memorable if the cars are good enough, and this update proved that. But what if it was the reverse? What if the update had a great business, but had cars that were not so memorable? Luckily, we also have an update that fits this bill, the contract. While some might say that the cars added in this update were good, they were nothing too special in the grand scheme of things. All the supers in this update are not class leading and are rather expensive for what they are. The Comet S2 Cabrio and the Comet S2 also has strange downforce physics that make it handle very oddly, and this also has not been fixed even to this day. However, this update's business was very solid and is still being played today. And when it goes on double money, it is by far, bar none, the best way to make money for solo players in GTA Online. It takes around an hour to do all the setups if you're good at it, and you get paid $2 million for basically no entry cost. It's fantastic. Now I will say this, Rockstar threw a ton of resources at this update. They hired Dr. Dre to be in this update, and he did his own motion capture to my knowledge. There was a big advertisement for it in Times Square, which is the motherland of advertising. They brought back Franklin, who is a fantastic character that everybody loves. It's also a very good way to make money as I just previously stated, and it also does require you to own the business and maybe a small setup fee if none, but even then, still the best way. This update was insanely well received, and during this time had a peak of all-time concurrent player count in GTA Online. Some might say that this update only had the success it did because Rockstar threw as much resources as they did, but it only proves the point that if Rockstar wanted to, they could make an extremely good update at least once a year while also working on GTA 6, as I'm sure that they were while making the contract. They just like to use that excuse now, but trust me, they could make another update with the level of quality and size of the contract annually if they wanted to. But share price and profit margins trumps everything in this business, and that is no different here. So the contract did show that you can have a lackluster lineup of cars, and the update can still go on to major success if the business itself is good. And the theming of this update was very good as well. This update came at the perfect time, with the perfect cast of players. Throwing Dr. Dre into the mix is just a bonus for pretty much everybody. I had an uncle who heard about this update and he picked up GTA 5 just for this reason. This is somebody that would have never played GTA Online ever, but he only did because people like DJ Pooh and Dr. Dre were in it. So overall, this update was fantastic and very, very solid. But once again, Rockstar only gave this update the resources it did because I honestly don't know. Maybe they knew this update would go on to great success, and they were working on GTA 6 as well, and the update did go on to great success. But unfortunately, we haven't seen this level of effort since then, in my opinion at least. Now, I've touched on if Rockstar wanted to, they could kind of topic in this video, but can they really? Can an update have the same amount of success as the original Heist update and the contract today if they wanted to? Well, it's very hard to say without that coming. 5M pretty much dominates player count in GTA 5 on Twitch and YouTube Live, and pretty much YouTube in general. The hype for vanilla GTA 5 Online is just not there unfortunately today. It's really hard to say that if it could come, it would, and we'll just have to see if Rockstar does this, but in my opinion, they won't, and the contract is probably the last major update we'll get. But the last update of GTA Online in general will still be memorable because it is the last. The final update before we move to Leonida and play in Grand Theft Auto 6. We'll just have to see then if Rockstar takes the same level of care and effort that they put into all of these fantastic updates into making GTA 6 a great live service game with great updates as well. And once again, only time will tell for that matter. So yes, an update can be good without good cars. It can be good without a good business. It all simply depends on how much effort Rockstar wants to put into it. The excuse of we're working on GTA 6 simply is not valid anymore. They've shown that they could make huge, fantastic updates that are good quality while also working on GTA 6 if they wanted to. Them wanting to is the simple difference. And with these updates largely being free, their only source of revenue is from GTA Plus and shark cards, which people are buying less and less of nowadays, at least in terms of shark cards. GTA Plus is still pretty new and fresh, and I myself am a member, but I am also a YouTuber for the game, so it makes things a little bit easier. And with that being said, thank you all for watching this video. Thank you all for 20,000 subscribers. It's crazy. We just hit 10,000 not too long ago, and here we are. Sorry for the short break, but I'm back right now, and the regular schedule will continue. And I'm here to say thank you once again. Have a good day, or evening, or night, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.